jelly beans! How is everybody doing tonight? This is Jewelry Jelly here with Isabel, and it's Thursday. We're finishing off another week. It is snowing out. It's been snowing all day here, and we're going to dive right back into Wytchwood. So, I hope everybody is weathering the winter well. I had a snow day from work today. That meant I still had to work. I had to stay home and work. It was okay. Being able to have access to all my snacks was very good. I also got a couple of interesting purchases recently. Got myself a refill of milk tea. I was trying to find myself some milk tea a couple days ago, and then eventually just gave up and ordered it off of Amazon because I couldn't find any at H Mart, which was really weird. Hello to MJD82, Private Maverick, and Dr. Zadium. Yes, Private Maverick, I did get the bread and milk. Alright, give me 1 second here. Ba-boom. Alright. Whoops. So, finally managed to figure out how to configure my ring light, so we've got lighting back. Yay! But yeah, I still have to figure out where to clip it to. I have one of those ring lights that has a metal clamp on the end of it, and it was on my windowsill, but I had to remove it when I got my new computer, so now I have to find a new place to put it. Alright, we are back in the Wytchwood. We are continuing. When last we were in the Wytchwood, we managed to capture the soul of the evil lich. That was good. So now we are in the fields, but let's see what else we have. We need to go up against the ox, the snake, and the bear. So I'm going to switch to the bear. So now we need to do a few other things. We need a metamorphosis elixir and a protective talisman for the sergeant. So let's see what we've got here. Okay, a protective talisman. We need magic paste and a wicked gemstone. Let's see. Campfire ember, shiny stone, and dog hair. So we need to make the sleepy treat in order to get dog hair. And we also need a couple of wicker works and some magic paste, which includes a dragonfly wing, fairy dust, and a jar of milk. Okay, we can get the jar of milk easily. Now what do we need for the metamorphosis elixir? Okay, actually it looks like we can make it now. So we need a dryad fruit, some bug ichor, and a changeling root. So let's take care of that now. And now we need dog hair, and let's see, so in order to get dog hair, we need to make a soporific potion. Or soporific morsel. So, let's see. Alright, so we need to get 2 milks. So let's make ourselves, okay, we need more clay. It's a vicious circle, everybody. I wonder what song it is that everybody is humming. It reminds me of this, like, this one song that I sung in music class about the corner grocery store, and there's like, the singer forgot their glasses and they couldn't tell what was going on, and they saw all sorts of weird stuff, like there were beans trying on jeans. I remember a little bit of it. There were beans, trying on some jeans in the store. In the store, there were beans, trying on some jeans in the corner grocery store. My eyes are dim, I cannot see. I have not brought my specs with me. Uh-oh. Angry turtle, turkey. Now there's the brigands again. Okay, so I need a dragonfly wing in the swamp in order to make the magic. Oh wait, no. Oh wait, I don't need the jar of milk. I need the jar of water. All right, so let me make another jar. Let's see, I believe one of these farms has a water pump. There it is. And there we go. Alright. Make ourselves a soporific potion. And a soporific morsel. And we'll be able to get a bit of the hair of the dog that bit us. Where is that dog? He is in the forest. So let's do a quick tour. Is everybody planning on doing this weekend? I honestly do not have very much planned, although I am hoping I am supposed to be getting Octopath Traveler 2. It is, according to Amazon, supposed to be coming on Tuesday. It comes out tomorrow. I want to play it this weekend! And if I can't play this weekend, no biggie. I have other stuff that I can do. Like, wish I was playing Octopath Traveler. Oh, like a dragon Ishi. Alright, and we got a little hair of the dog that bit us. And let's make ourselves the wicked gemstone. And then let's make ourselves... Okay, the one last thing we're gonna need is a magic paste, so we need to go to the swamp. And once again, I just absolutely love the music in this game. It's pretty... I want to say, like, genre agnostic. It's... listen to while you're working. That's what's the most important thing is. These animated wooden effigies seem engaged in an enthusiastic ritualistic dance. They march in stiff patterns around a reflective piece of glass embedded in the soft ground. You lean in for a better look, just long enough to make out the shard's mirrored surface, reflecting the ghostly image of the moon. You think to reach in and grab it, but the swinging limbs of the dancing totems are too dense and quick. Out of the way, you overgrown twigs! Maybe I can get them to shift their attention to some other glittering bauble. Okay, so it looks like we have a recipe for a moonlight globe in our recipe book now. Alright, we need to get a dragonfly. Here's a dragonfly. No, that's a mosquito. We don't need a mosquito. There we are. Oh wait, what we need is... Oh, we need a bait stick. Alright, let's do one. Okay, let's see. Alright, we got ourselves one. And we got ourselves enough for the magic paste. An omni-purpose miraculous adhesive. Alright, we need to make a couple of wickerworks. Okay, and we have ourselves the protective talisman. So now we've got a metamorphosis elixir, the protective talisman, and honey from the apiary. So now we can go back to the rotten aperture. Alright, let's see here. Alright, let's head back to the fields and head back to the soldiers' camp. It's the forest that has the soldiers' camp. Whoops. I just remembered that the Ox's farm is in the fields. so we have to go up this way. There's the fairy circle. Is the soldier encampment. Okay, so we gotta put the honey into the brewery. The frothing basin of the brewery stands ready for the right ingredients. So we need a torn teddy bear. So let's see. We need to speak to them. If I make you a protective talisman, will you let me into this tent? I suppose I wouldn't have much to worry about if you did. Here, this ought to shield you from harm for a time. He grins nervously as he puts the charm around his neck. Then he clobbers himself in the face with his own fist. Wow, you weren't kidding. Haha, though that's nowhere near the kind of punishment the bear can dish out. I better find some more stuff to test it out with. Then I'll give that bear a piece of my mind. He stumbles off into the camp to find other objects to try against his newfound protection, leaving the bear's tent unattended. Alright, we're doing a little bit of B&E. A torn teddy bear, an empty jar, and some meaty morsels. Add the honey. As you squeeze the honeycomb with your bare hands, thick, rich honey slowly oozes into the brewery's tank. Too sweet for your tastes, but then this potion is not for you. You ladle out a good portion of the writhing, tar-like substance into the brewery. To be safe, you add a little bit more, just for texture. You pause before dropping the tattered plaything into the brewery. A glint in its button eye reminds you of something, but the thought soon evaporates from your mind. You overturn your palm, and the stuffed bear splashes down into the concoction. It floats sadly for a moment before becoming waterlogged and disappearing under the surface. With the addition of the final ingredient, the brewing equipment is sealed and set to work. Steam hisses from rivets, and its swollen metal belly clanks and rattles. Before long, the waggling fingers of the gauges and dials settle down, indicating that the brew is complete. You give a quick sniff test, and recoil at the sickeningly sweet vapors. You push an empty wooden keg under the contraption's spigot and crank the release valve. The brewery strains under the pressure and fills the keg with chunky, oozing fluid. May not be the finest honeymead around, but hopefully that great raging galoot won't stop to notice the difference. Alright. Let's poke the bear. Where was I? Oh, right, so I pull my sword out from his chest. Ah, Captain, I you more honey mead. The bear swipes up the tankard with his massive paw and tosses the contents into his slavering maw without hesitation. He licks his chops, savoring the peculiar flavor. With a sudden jerk, he bears down on you in suspicion. Say, this tastes kind of funny. What did you do, soldier? It's a new recipe. I thought you might enjoy something with a little more sting in it. Rawr! You know I hate new things. I'll teach you to mess with my favorite brew, you hayseed. The bear is upon you with frightening speed. He raises the huge mace in his paw skyward, and you brace for the impact. With an equal measure of speed, the sergeant leaps between the crashing mace and your head. You peer through your fingers as a great clang resounds through the camp. The bear roars furiously as his blow is magically repelled from the sergeant's talisman. The mace goes spinning out of his paw and falls into the lake with a great splash. He gapes, dumbfounded, as the sergeant stands before him, completely unharmed. Ha! That'll teach you to pick on us, you big oaf. This has been a long time coming. The sergeant wags his finger at the bear. Who do you think you are, huh? You think you're so big and tough with your fancy feather hat and your big honkin' club? Well, look at you now. The camp's soldiers gather to witness in stunned awe. Miraculously, the bear seems to shrink in the face of the sergeant's onslaught. If it was up to me, you'd be dishonorably discharged for disorderly conduct. You're a disgrace to the uniform. You're no captain of mine. With fear welling up in his eyes, the bear shrinks and shrinks until he is reduced to the size of a small cat. And another thing, what's happening? In place of the bear's drunken grimace is the stitched smile of a doll's grin. Two button eyes stare back at the disapproving faces surrounding the little plush toy. The sergeant takes a step back to reveal the small shape of a stuffed teddy bear where the brute once stood. Your transformative potion has finally done its work. Gee, I guess I overdid it. He scratches his head in befuddlement, but seems genuinely relieved. Hey, Sarge, I guess that means you're in charge now, right? Oh, yeah, I guess it does. Well, what are you all standing around for? The camp's a mess. Let's get to work. You pick up the diminutive doll and brush some sand out of its fur. As you inspect it out further, its head lolls to face you. Far within the glassy surface of its button eyes, you can barely make out a tiny crimson flame, the trapped soul of the bear. This ought to be what that old goat is after. I hope he's happy. So we have now completed the search for the soul of the bear. So what is our next step? We have the ox and the snake. So let's see. Alright, we are going to do the snake. So we need to destroy the fairy shrines. We need to cast a moonlight globe for the totems in the swamp. And when the screen comes back, we have the last thing that we need. Okay, so we need to find the shard in the forest well. We have to craft a moonlight globe, and we have to destroy the fairy shrines in the forest. Okay, so a moonlight globe consists of shiny stones, which we have plenty of, a totemic moondrop, which we do have, and a glitter bomb. And a glitter bomb is a clay pot, a soot sprite, and flower petals. So, take one of those, and we'll make one of those. Alright, so we're all set with that. And now we need to find the shard in the forest well. And then go back to the swamp with the moonlight globe. We've so far destroyed one of the fairy shrines, so we need to destroy the other two. And there's one right there. Okay, well, we need to deal with that dog, so... Alright. We need to make another soporific morsel. So we need some water, and... yeah, we just need some water. Alright, can we get some water around here, though? I think we have to go to the well to do that, and luckily we need to go to the well anyway. There's the weeping woman. There's the other fairy kingdom, so we need to do a dreadful doll. So we need to get some hopper legs in the fields. So we need to go to the fields first. But let's check to see if we can find what's in the well. Potion. And we'll make ourselves a perfect morsel. But first of all, let's see if we can find that shard. Chest. Darkened nook. You hike up the hem of your skirt through ankle-deep well water and duck down to inspect the small, damp cave. A pale shape quickly retreats farther into the dark space. You hear the labored breath of some pathetic thing, frightened and alone. Hello there. Don't worry. I won't hurt you. Bloodshot eyes blink nervously up at you. The creature gazes longingly at the light of the world above, while simultaneously cowering from it. Poor dear, what are you doing down in this hole? I bet you're hungry, aren't you? Two thin, malnourished arms twist out from the crevice. One hand tightly clutches a shard of glass, while the other hand reaches out to you, begging for food. Okay, so we gotta give him a roast beast. So we need to make some witch spice. Then we need another coal from the fire in order to cook it. So let's finish things up here. We'll go back up and see if we can defeat the dog to get at the fairy shrine, and we'll also need to go back to the claims in order to get some grasshopper legs. mirror shard with its tiny knuckles. Hey, lady, I ain't giving you this unless you break the fairy shrines. That dog. Okay. It's up here by the lake. Last one that I need to destroy, and that one I need to craft a dreadful doll for, so let's head to the fields. I have strawberry flavored seltzer water tonight. That's one. That's two. That's three. That's bandit camp. Alright, so let's make the roast beast. And that's good. So the next thing we need to do is we need to craft the dreadful doll. Huzzah! Alright, we're all good. We can go back to the forest and put our plan into motion. Doll against the fairy circle of well and feed the poor well wretch. And then we go to the swamp. Oh, no. No, doggy, no. Hey, Ultra Quinox, how's it going? We are in the middle of Wytchwood. We have captured the souls. Last time we captured the soul of the leech, and we just finished capturing the soul of the bear. So right now we are trying to get the shards of beer in order to get the... You are in pain, but okay otherwise. Oh, dear. Is it weather related or just work related? But anyway, we are trying to collect the various parts of the mirror in order to save the woman's boyfriend from being bewitched by the snake. Alright, and here are the goblins. We scared the snot out of those goblins, so... Alright. Have we... I kicked over those little rock piles like you asked. Now give me that shard or I'll knock over this nest too. You smash fairy shrines? Yeah, good. Take it. We don't want your trash. Alright. Oh, shoveling snow? Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that tomorrow morning because we had snow today here too, and I got most of my car shoveled out, but I'll need to do the rest before I leave for work tomorrow morning. We didn't have a whole lot, it's just that the timing of it all made the roads extremely slippery, so my coworkers and I all decided that we were going to work remotely today. You got a foot of snow, dang. We got about 3 or 4 inches. Alright, now we're going back to the wretch and giving them a nice roast piece. The creature snatches up the meat so quickly that you nearly lose a finger. It scurries back into its little crevice, and you hear a satisfied munching from within. Alright, so we've got mirror shard number 2. So now we need to go to the swamp in order to find mirror shard number 3. We have the moonlight globe for the totems, so they'll be able to dance around it. swamp time. A healing poultice just so I don't run into trouble. Maybe I can get them to shift their attention to some other glittering bauble. You cast the glowing globe into the ritual circle and watch as the wooden effigies suddenly lose coordination and knock their wooden limbs into each other. You take the opportunity to slip between their tall frames and snatch the mirror shard before their frenzied dance begins anew. Alright, so we have the shards of the mirror. We'll bring them back to the weeping maiden. Zombie and his wife. Still a better love story than Twilight. Okay, now we just have to bring the mirror shards to the weeping maiden. Have you found any of the mirror shards? I wonder where there could be. You gingerly hand over the broken glass shards to the maiden. She's careful not to cut herself on the razor-sharp edges as she slots them into the mirror frame. The pieces click into place perfectly, and the surface of the mirror ripples like the water on a lake. The ripples calm, setting into the form of a pristine crystal mirror. She gazes into the mirror with awe. Look, it's as good as new. Oh! The maiden's reflection ripples and morphs into the visage of a handsome young man. My love, is that you? Overcome with joy, a fresh stream of tears roll down her cheeks. I can't believe my eyes. I don't understand. What happened? Where are you? I'm imprisoned inside my own head. It's horrible here. You have to get me out. You went to the snake, didn't you? Why would you do something so stupid? Listen, my love, I have a confession to make. I'm not actually that good of a musician. What are you talking about? You were so beautiful upon your balcony. A bum like me would never get your attention, so I asked the snake to help me out a little. I thought I could protect myself from the snake's hypnotic gaze with this magic mirror, but then you went and broke the darn thing. I didn't break it, it slipped out of my hand. Wait, don't put this on me. How could you be so irresponsible? One problem at a time, children. We fixed the mirror so it should be able to break the snake's spell now. Yes, oh, you have no idea how unbearable it is being stuck in here. There's nothing but awful poetry and song lyrics that don't even rhyme. Please, Granny, take the mirror. I can hardly stand to look at this buffoon any longer. Babe, wait. Well, there's a lot of baggage in that relationship. Back again, take a seat and let me gaze into your eyes. Sudden dread grips the snake as you swing the shimmering mirror to meet his eyes. The mind-altering patterns of his gaze are reflected back to him. Slowly, but steadily, the snake leans closer and closer to the surface of the mirror. His forked tongue flicks against the glass and then disappears beyond it. It's so beautiful. Like a length of rope being pulled through an eyelet, the snake rushes forward and vanishes into his own reflection. The mirror jolts and bucks out of your hand, clattering to the ground. You stoop down, careful not to look too deep. Hidden in the reflection of the mirror's surface, you can faintly make out a tiny, wriggling shape trapped just beyond the veil of this world. The soul of the snake. Alright, so we have one more quest for the ox in the fields. Well, the carnival's all done. Looks like the two of them are working things out. Alright, so let's go and... Okay, so we need a turkey gizzard, a growth potion, and water. So in order to make water, we will need a couple of empty jars. And let's see, growth potion, let's see. looks like we'll need another of the magic paste, and we'll need some milk for that, and we do have plenty of ingredients for that, so we are good. So let's go back to the fields. Grab some milk, and then we'll be able to make that potion. Alright, so we have a piece of water. Alright, so first we need the growth potion. Let's see, first we need to make the magic paste. There we go. And now the growth potion. Here we go. And we've got water. Alright, we are all set. Let's go talk to Mr. Vegetable. I kind of wonder if he did a deal with the devil in order to get those plant powers. You look down at the fattest little cabbage you've ever seen, but if it gets your hands on that watering can, it could stand to be a little fatter. You pop open the cork of the potion and sprinkle the bright liquid onto the cabbage's roots. Crushed into fine powder, a gizzard stone lends potent nutrients to the soil. You spritz the cabbage with fresh, clear water while uttering a simple horticultural charm. The water beads like dewdrops before the leaves drink them up and brighten in color. The budding plant changes to a bright purple, then blue, then yellow. It suddenly goes rigid and shrinks to the size of a marble. The farmer gasps in horror as his precious baby disappears back into the earth. He turns to you, shoulders stiff and pitchfork in hand. He takes one step in your direction, but stops abruptly when a tremor shakes the ground. You look to your feet and watch deep cracks split the earth. Hold on to your hat, this one's gonna be big! You hear a booming giggle echo from deep in the ground. The vegetal farmer falls to his knees, clutching his hat to his chest. In an explosion of leafy greens and flying earth, the bouncing head of an enormous cabbage erupts into the field. The farmer reaches out to it, shakily. My little baby. Papa? The farmer scrambles towards the big bubbling cabbage with open arms. My beautiful baby, look at how big you've grown. See, with a little love and help from your friends, you're sure to win first prize after all. Oh, I don't even care about that silly thing anymore. Just look at how handsome my baby is. The two embrace, laughing and crying. I guess you won't be needing that watering can anymore. Please, help yourself. You've helped me more than enough. Thank you, I'm such a proud papa. Alright, so we need a potion of blight, some weird water, and a pumpkin jack bone. So, let's see. A potion of blight, some weird water, here's the weird water. And let's see. Pumpkin jack bones in the fields. So we gotta figure out how to defeat a pumpkin. Okay, snag vine. Now, how do we do a snag vine again? Alright, so we need a sewing kit, and we need to go back to the swamp in order to get a, one of those mosquitoes. So I need to make a smoke pellet for that, and yeah. Excuse me. Good day to you. There's a whoop. Alright, and we got ourselves a pumpkin jack bone, so now we can gather the ingredients for the withering can. Go away, turkey. You're not my favorite, poultry anyway. I don't even like you at Thanksgiving. I ate goat at Thanksgiving once, it was good. Yes, actual goat. Okay, what do I need to do now? Okay, so gather with the vessel in hand the process of brewing a deadly herbicide can begin. Okay, so what do I need to do? I forget who I need to go up to. I think there's a farmer that I need to speak to. Don't think it's the vegetable farmer, but it's another one. Oh, I should probably pick up the watering can. It will take some work to break through the Scarecrow's magical boon, but you're confident in your mastery of poisons. You hold your breath and empty the poisonous vial into the container. The toxic fumes make your fingernails curl. A good amount of weird water will dilute the poison to keep it from eating straight through the metal can. You crush up the impish bone into fine powder. This potent fertilizer will help spread the blend. You find a hefty stick to mix all of the ingredients together inside the watering can. You know your work is done when the stick dissolves into mush in your hands. Alright, we now have a withering can. Hey, I thought I told you to beat it. He raises his hoe and brandishes it at you meaningly. Blah! He raises his hoe and brandishes it at you menacingly. stalks to the very tips of the tallest leaves. Vivid greens turn to diseased browns as the crops bend and droop. No! What is happening? Harvest Master, we had a deal. You promised my crops would never fail. Dreadfully sorry. Looks like my magic is broken. Not my fault. The ox throws himself to the ground, desperately raking the soil with his fingers. Wait, let's make a new deal. Please, I sacrificed too much for this. A new deal? What is your offer? Anything you want, just bring my precious crops back to me. Anything, This is acceptable. Worm-like roots suddenly wrap around the ox's feet and begin dragging him into the soil. Wait, I didn't mean... The dust settles over the spot where the ox once stood, as if nothing had happened. Though the soil looks barren and diseased, a small sprout of leafy green catches your eye. Where the ox once stood, a green tendril has pushed its way through the earth. You watch a delicate blossom unfurl, revealing a stubborn, hard-shelled seed, the soul of the ox. The souls of the bear, leech, snake, and ox jostle in your satchel with fearful energies. That's that then. I better get these back home to the goat before he ransacks the rest of the place. Standing at the front gate, the ox's missing wife and son blink in confusion, as if they had just burst forth from the earth itself. Ma, what happened? Welcome back. I suppose you don't remember much. He really did it, didn't he? That stupid festival prize was worth more to him than us. Where is he? Where is my husband? Don't fret. I've already set things straight. He won't be troubling you again. And you've got this nice fertile farm all to yourself now. My son and I worked ourselves to the bone for that horrible man. Thank you for lifting this curse. Just do me a favor, and don't make any deals with suspicious scarecrows. Goat rears its head at the sight of you. Its hooves pound the ground excitedly. Most excellent, I can sense the presence of spirits about you. You must have captured the souls I have asked for. No small task, I can tell you that. Just what do you plan on doing with them? Oh, this and that. Nothing you must concern yourself with. What's important is that you are one step closer to fulfilling your contract with me. Just go ahead and place them in the shrine there. I'll take care of the rest. The goat shakes its head towards a carved relief at the back of the room, grinning in a horrible way that no goat should. As As you bring the stuffed bear close to the carved stone relief in the wall, it spontaneously bursts into flames in your hands, burning away until only a harsh red stone remains. The stone zips out of your grasp and straight into a socket on the wall, buzzing like some angry insect. You are buffeted by flashes of the bear's wrath, drunken roaring, cowering bodies, splintered wood, the smell of honey. As with the first, the mummified husk of the leech turns to ash as you bring it close to the wall, leaving only a glowing orb in its place. Images of the leech slither into your mind, the prick of a needle, the drip, drip, drip of draining fluids, soothing words, restless sleep. Prismatic colors flash through your head at the thought of the snake, secrets lapped up by a forked tongue, whispers beneath the sound of festivities. The ox brings with him the overbearing heat of the midday sun, the salty tang of sweat in the soil, suffering, sacrifice, solitude. You step away from the shrine and its smoldering stones. Your burdens suddenly feel much lighter. Beside you, the sleeping maiden stirs in her slumber, but does not wake. Now then, you've had a very long day. Why don't you get some rest? Tomorrow, we shall pick up bright and early. Yes, I am quite tired. Oh, and now on to part 2. Good morning, my swamp lily. I trust you slept well. Like the dead. You stretch out your back, making a sound like snapping twigs. Well, no time to dilly-dally. I sense the next 4 souls on our list. You must travel east, out of the forest, and towards civilization. I hate crowds. Well, it can't be helped. You must seek out these souls in the village, the market, the docks, and the graveyard. The graveyard might at least be a reprieve from chattering townsfolk. All right, goat, I'll bring you your souls. You seem much more reasonable today. Have a change of heart, perchance? If these next 4 are anything like the last, they'll get what's coming to them. I'm glad we have reached an understanding. So, we have 4 more souls to get. The cat in the market, the rat in the graveyard, the fish in the docks, and the ram in the village. Alright, so swamp, the forest, the fields. Okay, how do we get to these places? so we go towards the east. The village. This anxious little dog attempts frantically to get a town guard's attention as they stand watch in front of the smoking ruins of a burned-down shop. Please, you have to listen to me. My friend is missing. The guard stifles a yawn, annoyed at having to work. Oh yeah? And what's your friend look like? The sleeves of the sheepdog's oversized sweater flail about comically. She's about yay tall, wears a green vest, has black wool. So she's one of them sheep, huh? Probably just got lost. You know, them types ain't too bright. She didn't get lost. She's gone missing. Her wool shop was burnt down on purpose. Can't you smell it in the air? Calm down, sir. We're investigating the situation, but I'm sure this fire was a simple accident. I bet your friend just left the kettle on or something. Why don't you check with the ram in the town square? If anyone knows where a lost sheep is, it's probably him. How can you say that? Everyone knows that the ram hates the black sheep. Look at all these footprints. I bet his goons had something to do with this. Listen, you're starting to get on my nerves. Just leave this to the professionals, all right? He turns away from the dog and goes back to doing absolutely nothing. Professionals, indeed. They couldn't find a fish in a frying pan. I better look into this funny business myself. New chapter. The Ram. There's a path to the field there. Oh, excuse me. It's a kitty. This cat deserves a treat. And this is the graveyard. Sorry, ma'am, but I must warn you that the graveyard's not safe right now. If you got flowers, I can go lay 'em at a grave if you want. Bleh, when I croak, nobody better bring me posies. What's the matter? Something's got the spirits of this place riled up in a real bad way. All restless and cranky, they is. There's this horrible howling coming from the mansion up the road, a scream that he'd chill the bumps right off of your goose. Every time I gather up my wits to go take a look-see, my knees turn to jelly as soon as I set foot on the path. Mark my words, that creepy old place is haunted by something more than just a sleepless spirit. Ha! Ghost stories are for children. When you get to be my age, it takes something special to put the fright in you. Well, if you're so sure about that, could you go up there and tell me what you see? Maybe it has something to do with what's all got all these ghosts so agitated. One might expect the door to a mausoleum. Here instead stands a shrine, adorned heavily with skulls, perhaps to deter closer inspection. But their arrangement does not serve the dead nor their memory, instead being placed to mask a path beyond. Your knowing fingers reduced to dust with time. Alright. As you walk through the dilapidated estate, the temperature drops drastically. The floorboards and walls groan angrily, as if the whole building is upset at your invasion. A gust of wind suddenly rushes up the staircase as though the house itself was drawing breath. An ear-splitting scream stirs dust from the rafters and makes your knees weak. Ah, that's definitely the melodious voice of a banshee, or I'm a chicken's aunt. You take a step forward, but ghostly, skeletal hands rise up through the creaking floorboards. They reach out, grasping, and you feel your spirit fade at their rigid touch. You're all lucky I misplaced my spectre sickle, or I'd cut you down like weeds. Guess I should report back to the gravekeeper anyway. Underworld, isn't it? Oh, or maybe a lich come to summon up an army of darkness. Relax, it's just your run-of-the-mill banshee. A banshee? I knew it. No wonder the dead have been so angry lately. How are they supposed to get any rest with all this racket? But a spirit only becomes a banshee when it's been terribly wronged. Who used to live in that house? I don't rightly know. It's been abandoned since before my time. Always was pretty creepy, though. The place was so haunted that I couldn't get in for a better look. A good exorcism ought to clean it right up. This sort of stuff happen often? Har, why, just last year I had to deal with a ghoul that wouldn't stop breaking into the crypts. Darn feller was trying to find his long-lost love or something. The old man turns to rummage through his cluttered shack, looking for something. Anyways, eventually I had to call in the grave squad exterminators. They got that nasty ghoul rounded up before he befouled too many tombs, but they left behind this, where did it get to? Aha! They gave me this, to ward off any angry spirits that might be left over. He holds up a rusty-looking lantern. A ghost lamp. I thought those things got recalled because of all those possessions. Huh? I never heard nothing about that. Now, this thing ain't powerful enough for banshees, but it should keep the lesser spirits away. He gives the lamp a shake, but only a puff of purple smoke rises off the wick. Ah, geez, looks like I forgot to keep it fueled up. I'd go and get the gas myself, but with the graveyard in this state... He shrugs feebly. You're hopeless. What does the ghost lamp need for fuel? He squints at the fading label on the back of the lantern. Let's This script, I wonder. End cap. Board chamber. A stone casket. Hairy, toothy, drools a lot, but absolutely not a dog. Arachnocide. Got ourselves some crypt collar silk. I think what we'll probably need to do is get some bats with the snap traps. Ah, bait sticks. Let's go back to the village because we're going to need to this up to. A sheep, one of several sheep. They behave similarly. Village postboard, covered in flyers with a disconcerting bias towards missing persons. Pigeon, the rat of the skies, noble and ruthless. What's this? My trowel will break apart this war. Ah. To the docks. Villager minds his business, minds if you do too. A pluck pocket. Deposit. Reeds. Loose cobblestones. Skeleton. So what is a pluck pocket? Clever fingers find their way into deep pockets, now conveniently useful from a distance, useful against villagers and fisherfolk. So it is a grave bone, a crab claw, and a pickpocket's glove. At first glance, this looks like a neglected shack, long ago fallen into disrepair. But your canny gaze reveals its construction to be beyond the ravages of time, standing overlooked yet constant until properly disrupted. Running your nail along the grain of one of the nailed-up boards proves to be just the disruption it was waiting for. Right, another portal to the passage to the hub world. Whoa! It's a mimic! Listen closely, brothers and sisters. We must wear our wool proudly and show the world that plain is best. That's right, plain wool is the best wool. All of these outlandish colors and head-splitting patterns do nothing but confuse and enrage the senses. They are the product of misled individuals. And as we all know, individuals are weak. Only the united are strong. Together, we speak louder than a single voice. Wait, are all the colors bad then? What about gray? It's almost plain white. Gray is forbidden. Gray is a gateway to blue. And when there's blue, green isn't far behind. Then what's next? Yellow, purple, even red? Ooh, no, anything but red, no! Always remember, colors lead to discord, to chaos, and with chaos, the wolves will come for us all. Hey, not the wolves! Watch out, there's one right there! The nearest sheep nearly jumps out of its fleece when it notices you. I'm not a wolf, you half-wits. Maybe not, but you're different, and that's just as bad. Right, boss? That's right. So what is it an outsider wants with us? Are you here to tempt my flock with your anarchic ideals? I doubt you lot would have room in your heads for any more ideals. But no, I'm here looking for the black sheep. It seems her shop was burned down last night. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? Bah! That bothersome black sheep is a thorn in my side. Never heeds my warnings. Always goes against what's good and proper. But I assure you, I was tending my flock all night, so I had nothing to do with her disappearance. That little sheepdog begs to defer. He says you've always had it out for the black sheep, and I'm inclined to believe him with all of your prattling. Lies and slander. You have no proof of any wrongdoing. For all we know, she may have just left the kettle on. As the sheep stomp about, you notice flakes of ash leaving black marks on the cobblestones of the village square. Proof, eh? Looks to me like some of your flock have sooty feet. I wonder where this suspicious trail will lead. 4 legs good, 2 legs bad! You sprinkle the revealing powder over the cobblestones to reveal hidden footprints still blackened by ash. It appears as though several individuals were dragging something away from the town square last night. A struggle must have occurred here. You find the remnants of a torn burlap sack and some scattered fistfuls of wool. The footprints leading away look to be moving at great speed, like someone is being chased. A pair of lone footprints duck into this vegetable garden. You notice some more footprints searching in confused directions farther afield. The black sheep must have been trying to hide from her pursuers. Maybe she managed to throw them off her trail? After following the ashen trail through the back streets, you come to a dead end. Your only company is a stone gargoyle squatting atop a building corner. You stand on your tiptoes to examine the great carved demon closer, noting the lovely knitted scarf billowing around its neck. What a fine garment. I could do with a new one. It's starting to get chewy. I just hope it hasn't gotten any of that bird poo on it. As you reach up to unwrap the scarf, the gargoyle's eyes swivel in their sockets with a sound like 2 grinding millstones. Well, excuse me. I'm quite fond of this avian excrement, actually. It adds a touch of authenticity to the whole ensemble, don't you think? Oh, I beg your pardon. I didn't realize I was speaking to a watcher. Ha! A watcher. Why is it that no one ever comes to watch me? I'm handcrafted from the finest block of artisanal granite, so masterfully chiseled that I came to life. Nothing on this earth or beyond has a greater claim to beauty than I, and yet, day after day I sit up here and no one gives me so much as a passing glance. Well, maybe if you cleaned up once in a while. Oh, hush! I don't need to take fashion tips from you. And besides, you only looked up at me because of this fabulous scarf. Admit it. I was merely following this trail of sooty footprints, but now that you mention it, that scarf has a fine knit to it. You didn't happen to get it from the Black Sheep, did you? Why, where else would I have gotten something so swanky in this dreary little town? That Black Sheep is the only other person around here that appreciates good taste. Unlike that ghastly ram, always ringing that gaudy bell of his and pooh-poohing everyone else's fun, this world is alive and needs a good splash of color once in a while. You know where the Black Sheep is, then? Now hold on, how do I know you aren't another agent of banality like the ram? Just look at that skirt so last century. You'll have to prove you're an ally of the fashion scene before I say another word. Now I've had my eyes on some new shoes for ages. Why don't you just snag a pair from the village? Surely no one will notice. Pah, those clogs aren't fit for a horse. No, I've got my heart set on elf shoes. Delicate, dainty, exquisite, and absolutely to die for. Plus, I could do with a nice hat to go with my fetching scarf, and maybe some needle and thread to do some alterations. Well, what are you waiting for? The fashion scene moves too quickly to stand around idle. Okay, so elf shoes, a gnome hat, and a sewing kit. Excuse me. So, there's an elf. So a shiny lure will get an elf. How do we make a shiny lure? Alright, well I managed to get myself a pickpocket's glove. And unfortunately it looks like I need some more ingredients for another shiny lure. So let's switch our focus to the ram. Okay, so elf shoes for the village, a sewing kit, and a gnome hat for the fields. Alright, so we're right at the fields. So the gnome needs a puzzle box. How do we make a puzzle box now? Okay, so looks like we need a changeling root, an iron nail, and a seashell from the docks. Okay. And then we need to get a skeeter snoot from the swamp in order to make the sewing kit. And we'll need to also get some fireflies. So let's head over to the docks. And here are the docks. Oh god, fishmen! Whoa! Angry crabs! Angry fishmen! Oh jeez. Join the flock, follow the lamb today! Crab. Each of its pitches is a statement. Here I am crab. Let's see how to make a crab trap. A barnacle and some woodwork. Let's make ourselves a poultice in order to get ourselves back up to 100%. Sandpiper. Deep one. Not quite a fish, not quite a man. Something from the depths. Oh wow, we've got ourselves some Lovecraft. Okay, so fishing line and tidal tincture. So fishing line, oh, we can make some. And tidal tincture. Shore skipper. This fish seems to have skipped a few evolutionary steps. Gull and a fisherman. Let's do a snap trap to see what happens when we get a gull. Shiny stones and morsels. Crusted rock. Got ourselves some particles. Alright, let's catch ourselves a crab. Excuse me, can you spare any seashells? I tried all along the beach, but everyone else always gets to them before I can. She points along the shoreline where you see scores of fishermen digging in the sand. Every so often, one of them discovers a seashell and rejoices, as if it were a gold nugget. Seashells? What's the big deal with seashells? The little girl looks down the docks to a particularly large shipping. See that big boat over there? My dad's the captain. He was supposed to come ashore and tell me all about his adventures on the high seas like he always does, but he hasn't come out since they docked. So I tried to go and see him, but there's a grouchy sailor who says I can't go inside the boat unless I got seashells. So I tried to find some, but now everyone else is trying to find them too. There's not enough left for me. Sounds fishy, all right. You stay here, one. Let me have a chat with this sailor and get to the bottom of this. Really? Oh, I'll bet he'll listen to a grown-up like you. I promise I won't move a muscle. The fish. We are actually getting pretty close to 10 p.m., so I think I'm probably going to end things off. Let's see if we can find the fish. Where'd you think you're hobbling off to? Me? Why, I've come to visit my, son. Yeah, ha, ha. No, you ain't. The only family anyone on this tub has is the sea herself. And no one gets aboard unless they pay the toll in seashells first. What's a gold-brained swab like you want with a bunch of dirty shells? Take for me. The captain got his own business with them shells, and I ain't one to question him. So either bring me your dues or cast off. Bring me seashells, nice kind, too, ones that sound like the ocean waves. So we need 5 seashells. So that is our quest for the seas. I am going to end things off for tonight, and let's take a look and see who else is streaming. Okay, well, we are going to raid Arkolf, who is playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. He is the dude with the super awesome baritone voice. You'll absolutely love it when you hear it. And in any case, we will be back on Saturday evening. We will be continuing with Wytchwood, and hopefully there will be some more progress to be made now that we've gotten into a new area. Anyway, folks, I hope you all have a good night and a pleasant tomorrow. Have a good one, and I will see you on Saturday. We are going to be raiding Arkolf now.